Welcome to the 2014 Absa Cape Epic, the 11th edition of the world's premier mountain bike stage race. The spectacular scenery around the Western Cape plays host to the best mountain bikers on the planet and 1,100 dedicated amateurs. We'll see mountains, vineyards, beaches, the spectacular Table Mountain, voted one of the 7 wonders of nature, and the historic World Heritage Site of Robben Island. The Victorian Alfred waterfront, one of the most visited landmarks on the continent, is where the 2014 Absa Cape Epic riders will register for the 8-day 700-kilometre mountain bike stage race, traversing some of the most beautiful countryside in the world. Riders will collect their registration packs containing all the necessary accreditation. It's a hive of activity and a hub where sponsors can show off their wares and engage with both the public and the athletes who will be putting their products to the test. Multiple World Trials champion Kenny Belay kept the crowds entertained with his skills, impressing even the world's top stage racers. Before they tackle each other on the trails, they tried their hand at some arm wrestling.
This year's race is by far the most open race in the history of the Absa Cape Epic. There are no clear favourites, and I honestly can't wait to see how the racing unfolds over the next 8 days. The women's race is looking incredibly exciting too. Ever since we announced the increase in the Sasol Women's Prize Purse, making the Epic the richest purse on offer anywhere in the world in women's cycling, the level of competition has stepped up dramatically, and it's exciting to see a number of new ladies coming out to South Africa to try and win the richest purse in women's cycling.
The story of the 2014 Absa Cape Epic begins in Durbanville at Merendale Wine Estate, kicking off with a prologue. Then riders transfer to Robertson to start the week off with a bang. It's on to the farmlands of Greyton and the apple plantations of Elgin before a traditional grand finale and a hero's welcome at Lawrenceford Wine Estate. Starting on the doorstep of Cape Town, riders attack the trail network created by the Tygerberg Mountain Bike Club. Pro riders will be pushing hard to wear the leaders' jerseys on stage 1 in Robertson. Amateurs will look to qualify for a good seeding. The brand new race village of Arabella Wines is just outside the town of Robertson and is home for 3 nights. The challenging loop heads through the foothills of the Langeberg mountain range with climbs of up to 28% gradient and precarious descents to match. It's a stage for the climbers and will be a rude awakening for all. Stage 2 is a day to enjoy, with fun-flowing semi-desert Karoo trails traversing the jagged red mountains. Riders will welcome the warm hospitality while passing through the friendly village of McGregor. They'll have seen a wide variety of scenery after returning to the lush Breda River Valley. Stage 3 is the longest of the 2014 race, and the landscape transforms from the red semi-desert to fertile farmlands as the route takes the riders through wildlife country, visiting the Malorzi Game Reserve, then into the heart of the Cape Country meander. This terrain favours the larger, more powerful athletes, and the rest will take shelter in the refuge of the forming groups. Expect a dramatic bunch sprint finish at the new race village at the Oaks Estate just outside Greyton. With a recent boost to the vast network of trails around the picturesque town of Greyton, the twisty and rocky tracks are now ready for Stage 4. The cross-country specialists will revel in the exhilarating single track. But riders beware, not all of it is downhill. The Queen's Stage is possibly the hardest of this year's race, with the most climbing. The climb named Rusty Gate takes riders to the highest point of the race, and we revisit the majestic Groenlandberg, often a decisive climb in the race. Riders then drop down to the familiar race village at Oak Valley Wine Estate. The penultimate stage is a fitting climax to an epic week, the prize after hundreds of hard kilometres. With much of the course featuring fun flowing trails, riders are richly rewarded for the week's hard work in this relatively short but very sweet Stage 6, with a single track of Lebanon, Tundi, Paul Kluwer and Oak Valley. It's a traditional final day, all culminating at Lawrenceford Wine Estate. There are a few final hurdles in the way, with the Niverberg climb, some treacherous descents and Gantu Pass. Riders will once again see False Bay and Cape Town, where their journey began some 700 kilometres ago. Spectators will line the finishing straight to witness those completing their epic journey, being reunited with loved ones at Lawrenceford Wine Estate in another emotional grand finale. Mirandal, situated in Durbanville, just 20 kilometres from Cape Town, is one of the oldest wine estates in South Africa. Hosting the Prologue for the third time, each and every Absa Cape Epic rider will add their touch to the range of wines. A creative idea thought up by the winemakers, clearly mountain bikers themselves. The award-winning estate exports its fine produce all over the world. A virtual snapshot of the 23-kilometre course with 700 metres of climbing awaiting the athletes on the Prologue. The profile shows an early ascent on Stairway to Heaven, an appropriate name considering the view from the top of both Table Mountain and Robben Island. Setting off from 6:45, the riders start at 25-second intervals in their respective two-man teams. The Prologue is a time trial, a test against the clock on the rugged, technical yet highly rewarding trails around the Durbanville Hills. Early starters have the added bonus of watching the sun come up and see the first day of the 2014 Absa Cape Epic unfold. Rocky trails are endemic in the Western Cape, and riders will have to keep watch every pedal stroke of the way. It could all end on a single tricky corner. A recognisable feature of the Prologue is the Cotswold Quarry, where riders will pick up speed hoping to gain a few seconds advantage. One of the highlights of previous year's Prologues has been a rolling trip through the Manor House. This year there's a surprise. The riders will be pressing the estate's Pinotage grapes with their mountain bike tyres, preparing the fruit for future vintage, perhaps to be shared over a dinner at the end of a hard stage. Rosalia Kobwana leads Charlotte Mogela from Exara over the ramp above the road. Stairway to Heaven, the feared climb of the day, demanding concentration on the tight bends as well as putting the legs and the lungs to the test. Supporters include members of the Tygerberg Mountain Bike Club. Neville Rosenstein is in his rookie year at the Absa Cape Epic, and his partner Stefan Miller on his third attempt after 2 tries in 2012 and 2013. There's been a lot of work going into these trails, groomed, flowing tracks designed for fun, and all for the benefit of the 1,200 riders aiming for their 2014 Finishers Medal. Playing it safe is the way to go so early in the race. No need to take any chances and risk getting injured. All that sacrifice in those months of training would be for nothing. Some local support. It goes a long way to raising the spirits of the riders. Now on to the women's race, and nearest the camera, Laura Turpin from the Netherlands, riding with Belgian teammate Sarah Mertens of Team Mirandal Wheeler 2. A solid third spot overall and a stage win in 2013 proves that they have the endurance, skills and sheer willpower to take them to the podium once again. Team Pragma Orange Monkey, Hanley Boyens and Mariska Strauss.
Oh, it's very exciting. I'm really, all the preparations has been going on for so long, so now it's nice actually just to go to the thing that it's all about. So I'm really excited to get going, and of course now it's the first day and you always need to get into the rhythm of a stage race. So this is what today is about, and also to go out and have fun and really ride hard.
Ariane Kleinans has forgone a winning mixed category partnership with her husband Eric and looking to new challenges with equal prize money and UCI points raising the stakes in the women's race. Her partner Langfart is an Absa Cape Epic rookie. The double marathon world champion, Danish cross-country and time trial champion will be a good match. But will it be good enough to stop Sus and Bigham? Oh, Langfart takes a fall. There's been some drizzle, perhaps causing some slipperiness on the steps out of the manor house. This could be disastrous, and without even a kilometre raced. Esther Sus's credentials are unmatched when looking down the list of favourites for this year's women's title, with multiple Marathon World Championships, a podium spot at the 2013 Cross Country World Championships, and an Absa Cape Epic title. She'll be back to make amends after a stomach ailment scuppered her 2013 race. Mirandel teammate Bigham knows her way around a mountain bike too. She holds 2 epic titles and is British marathon champion. Langfart seems to have recovered from her fall, but perhaps is overcompensating with a huge effort on the first major climb of the day. Kleinans navigates the tight turns. Sus and Bigham have got Pragma Orange Monkey in their sights. The team of Boyens and Strauss started before the Swiss-British pair and are now the dangling carrot for Team Mirandal. Boyens drives the pace hard, the younger Strauss perhaps still recovering from a cold earlier last week. Both Sasol teams ride together in solidarity. Team tactics dictate that Dutoy and Diacha ride in support of Stopforth and de Villiers. A bad moment in the race for Pragma Orange Monkey. They are passed by Sus and Bigham on the single track. It's a psychological blow for the South Africans. Strauss loses concentration as Sus blows past. Langfart is screaming down the single track, super focused with Ariane riding within the limit. Ishan Stopforth and Yolandi de Villiers are on a storming ride, aiming squarely at the podium this year. Team Mirandal negotiate the narrow trails, pushing hard. They blast through the quarry sections, but they are losing time hand over fist to Kleinans and Langfart. Pragma Orange Monkeys trail in their wake, limiting their losses, hoping for better days at the Absa Cape Epic. Langfart clearly the stronger partner today. Maybe that fall gave her some extra adrenaline. She looks back, but just for Kleinans. She'll miss the splendid view and show. It's pure focus for the Swiss-Danish pair as they tear through the protected Renosterfeld fauna. Bigham struggles to match the white-hot pace set by Riesiem's Kleinans and Langfart. The Swiss-Danish pair, Team Riesiem, make an emphatic point on the prologue at the 2014 Absa Cape Epic. They finish in 1 hour, 10 minutes and 9 seconds. Sus has shepherded Bigham around the trails at Mirandal today. In a show of camaraderie, she reaches out to Bigham, who grits her teeth at the end of a hard day out, over 2 minutes back. On to the men's racing. Team Topik Ergen lost Robert Mennen when he broke his shoulder after colliding with a buck last year. Mennen teams up with Czech rider Christian Heineck, the 2012 Transalp winner. Current cross-country world champion Nino Schurter is a specialist in the short course discipline, where races last 90 minutes. But as world champion, there's no doubt that his immense physiology and skill will surely carry him to an elusive stage win and perhaps even a podium spot overall. Local lad Philip Bass is the African cross-country champion and has demonstrated he's up to this monumental task when he duelled to the line into Lawrenceford with Jose Hamida and Rudy van Hoots in 2013. And they're off. Multivan Merida had a superb 2013 race, taking the yellow jersey after a dramatic win on stage 1. Though they lost it again the following day after having tyre trouble at a critical time, they've tasted the sweet spoils of the race lead and victory on the final day. Both have the firepower to match and beat the best in the world, and they ride as friends, so this strong bond could make all the difference when the chips are down. Lucas Flückiger and Martin Fanger of Team BMC Mountain Bike Racing are untested as a combination. Flückiger's good friend and usual partner Ralph Naif pulled out with a quadricep injury, and cross-country specialist Fanger, one of BMC's younger riders, stepped into the team. If Flückiger's panache is anything to go by, they should be a joy to watch in 2014. The Bulls pair gave a superb performance in 2013 against eventual winners Christoph Sauser and Jaroslav Kulhavi, and never gave up fighting right to the end. This says as much about their spirit as it does about their tactics in the race, which is to ride consistently, wait for the others to make mistakes, and then capitalize ruthlessly. Mirandal Songo Specialized. Christoph Sauser is arguably the world's most decorated mountain bike rider, with both marathon and cross-country world titles, an Olympic medal and 4 Absa Cape Epic titles to his name. 2014's new partnership with road cyclist František Rbon is untested, but any duo with Sauser involved is a default favourite team. The venerable Bulls team riding in support of Plattenhuber gunning it along a stretch of downhill single track. Base leading teammate Schurter uphill, the South African proving he's worthy of his highly decorated partner. A glance over his shoulders, Base gets a sense of how his partner's doing. Fanger is doing his bit on the shorter style, of course, with Flückiger pushing hard at his heels. The Swiss pair are racing if they've got a big point to prove. Bulls 2, Burma and Stevjan are another dangerous team. They may ride in support to Plattenhuber at Bulls 1, but as they showed last year, they're not to be underestimated. Multivan Merida Biking's Hamida and Van Hoots are flying along this prologue route and have clocked the fastest time at both first and second checks along the course. Hamida is in his element. The Bulls, Carl Platt leads Urs Huber in the hunt for a top spot in Lawrenceford, aiming to limit their losses today. Their support crew will be giving them time splits, so they know just how far behind they are from their main rivals. Reigning champ Christoph Sauser on his golden bike looking back to his partner. The road race specialist and Czech time trial champ Rbon is suffering. Few riders can match Sauser even at the best of times. Base plays a lead role in the prologue, showing his Swiss teammate the way through the trails of the Western Cape. Schurter doesn't forget to have a bit of fun. BMC's Flückiger and Fanger kick up the dust. They're on a stormer of a ride today, almost matching the Multivan Merida pair. '10 cross-country world champion Jose Hamida and former Dutch champion Van Hoots have got the yellow zebra-striped jerseys in their sights. It's a close race between them and BMC. They can't afford to make a single mistake now. Plattenhuber hold their own against the cross-country races. The stage race specialists will be looking forward to the next few days when they can show off their talents. Mirandal Songo Specialized are sporting their aero-style helmets, like the sprinters wear in road racing, hoping for an extra advantage on the course today. But it's not enough for Rbon, who's clearly out of his comfort zone. They're losing time. Hamida and Van Hoots have overhauled the Bulls 2 team, a boost for Multivan Merida in their campaign for yellow. Team BMC swooped towards the start-finish area at Mirandal, looking to secure a spot on the podium. Lucas Flückiger and Martin Fanger have lived up to their promise, a classy ride from the Swiss. Jose Hamida and Rudy Van Hoots are flat out on the trails, they're all in. The overall race favourites, Huber and Platt, grinding up the steep ramp through Tarantalkral. Mirandal Songo Specialized are quickly realising that today is not their day. Sauser nurses Rbon through his first epic. Schurter takes the lead now on the groomed trails, flicking his way through the berms, thanks to Tygerberg Mountain Bike Club. It's BMC's turn to have some fun. Then the Bulls. Oh, that's Urs Huber. He goes down, pushing a little too hard perhaps. It's right on the edge for these two. A quick recovery and he's back up and chasing. Within sight of the spacious finish at Mierendal, and an outstanding ride by the marathon specialists Robert Mennen and Christian Heineck, putting a marker down for the rest of the week. Justifying their standing as cross-country specialists, Flukiger and Fangio Team BMC come in just under an hour. But the ride of the day belonged to Multivan Merida's Hamida and Van Hoots as they raced over the line to clock the fastest time and put themselves in yellow. Risiem's Langvat and Kleinhans were the women's winners.
It's a nice color, orange. Very nice, I must say. Racing the best ladies in our sport is definitely special, and yeah, it feels more valuable than the last years. I think it's a really competitive field, so it makes it much more valuable for me, and yeah, really enjoying it, wearing it.
They won the final stage a year ago. They're on the top step again, Multivan Merida.
It was good. Last year we had a small taste because in the Prologue we made second, and then the day after we took the lead jersey. But this year we worked hard during the winter, my partner and me, to get the jersey in the first stage. And you know, the plans are to go day by day, stage by stage. But you never know. Maybe we can collect the 8 stages, or tomorrow is going to be another day. But for sure, it's a great feeling to have the leader jersey, especially me that I have been 5 times here, and you know, only last year I had the chance to took the lead jersey, so this year is unbelievable feeling to do it, and especially in Cape Epic, where it's we can say it's one of the big goals now in mountain biking. You know, Olympics, World Championships, and also Cape Epic is one of the goals for every mountain bike rider.
A faultless display by the Spanish-Dutch combination of Hamida and Van Hoots as they take a 12-second lead over BMC mountain biking into stage 1. Topi Gergen racing 1 minute and 20 seconds back. Platnuber over 2 minutes down. The defending champions Sauza and Rabon have 3 minutes and 14 seconds to make up. The Sasol women's race leaders are Ariane Kleinhans and Anneke Langvat with a 2 minute and 9 second advantage over 2012 winners Susan Bigham. Swedish champion Jenny Stenach and Theresa Ralph less than half a minute ahead of Mierendal Wheeler. Slovenian Peter Wessel and German partner Annie Holstern won the mixed. Assaults Werkmannschaft are just 47 seconds back. Riesia mixed Thunder and Blichnote in third. Bart Brenchens, defending champion Abra Azevedo, have a healthy advantage in the Masters. And Cyclab Toyota's Andrew McLean and Heinz Zollberg lead Booker and Brown by 31 seconds in the Grand Masters. Each year, stage 1 of the Absa Cape Epic is referred to as one of the hardest, and it's no different in 2014. The numbers, 2,450 metres of climbing over 108 kilometres, tell only half the story. After a relatively comfortable 35 kilometres, the first of 3 big climbs over the next 45 k's looms as they tackle Tortoise Hill with its double peak and rough surface. And it does not get any easier as they zigzag up the trails over the unforgiving terrain. The harsh African sun will sap their energy. The profile suggests that the last 25 kilometres into Arabella Wine Estate will be welcomed by tired riders.